In a bombshell moment that's ripping through the basketball world like wildfire, Caitlin Clark just turned a routine Team USA practice into absolute chaos. Sources deep inside the team locker room are spilling it all. Angel Reese stormed out in a fit of rage, slamming doors and leaving jaws on the floor. But Clark, she didn't blink. She grabbed the ball, locked eyes with her stunned teammates, and whispered two words that echoed like thunder: "Watch me." What followed was pure destruction. A one-woman demolition that has the entire WNBA shaking. It started innocently enough, or so they thought. The Sky were grinding through drills at their state-of-the-art facility, prepping for a brutal stretch of games against top contenders. Reese, the fiery forward who's been owning the boards all season with her relentless hustle, was in the thick of it. She's been the heart of this team, pulling down double-doubles like it's nothing, trash-talking opponents into submission. But today, something snapped. Eyewitnesses paint a vivid picture. During a heated scrimmage, Reese and Clark clashed over a loose ball. Reese went up strong, elbows flying, but Clark, lightning quick as ever, swiped it clean. Words were exchanged, harsh ones. Reese barked about team first, accusing Clark of showboating. Clark fired back, her Iowa grit on full display. "This is how we win. Step up or step out." The gym went silent. Reese's face twisted in fury. She dropped the ball, ripped off her practice jersey, and marched straight for the exit. "I'm done with this circus," she shouted over her shoulder. The door slammed shut, sending shockwaves through the room. Teammates froze. Coaches barked orders to refocus, but the damage was done. Reese, the unbreakable force who's carried this franchise through injuries and slumps, just walked out. Whispers flew. Was this the boiling point of a simmering rivalry? Clark and Reese have been linked since their college days. Epic battles in the NCAA that drew millions of eyes. Reese edged out Clark in that unforgettable championship game, but Clark's been gunning for redemption ever since. Now, in the pros, they're supposed to be allies, supposed to be building a dynasty together in Chicago, but this was war. Clark didn't waste a second. With Reese gone, she took over completely. She called for the ball on every possession, draining threes from NBA range, step backs that left defenders sprawling, crossovers that broke ankles. One source said she hit 15 straight shots, each one punctuated with a glare toward the empty spot where Reese had stood. "Watch me," she repeated after every bucket, her voice cutting like a knife. The practice devolved into a Clark masterclass. She posterized a rookie with a vicious dunk. Yes, you read that right, Clark throwing it down like she was Vince Carter in his prime. Teammates tried to match her intensity, but she was on another level. Unstoppable, ruthless. As the session dragged on, the tension thickened. Coaches huddled, scribbling notes furiously. One assistant allegedly muttered, "This girl's possessed." Clark kept pushing, demanding perfection. She chewed out a veteran guard for a lazy pass. "If you're not all in, get out," like she did. The gym buzzed with electricity and fear. Players exchanged glances, wondering if this was the spark that ignites a championship run or the fuse that blows the team apart. Word leaked fast. By the time practice wrapped, social media was exploding. Fans lit up Twitter with hashtags like Clark Revenge and Reese Walkout. Caitlin just owned the Sky. Angel's ego couldn't handle it. One viral post screamed. Another, "This is bigger than basketball." Rivalry reborn. Analysts on sports talk shows dropped everything to dissect it. Clark's message was clear. "She's the alpha now," barked one ESPN pundit, slamming his fist on the desk. "Reese walking out, that's quitting on your team. Unforgivable." But the locker room fallout, that's where it gets ugly. Insiders reveal heated arguments post-practice. Teammates split down the middle, some backing Reese's passion, calling her the soul of the squad. Others hailed Clark as the savior, the scoring machine who's averaging 28 points a game this season, shattering records left and right. One anonymous player texted a reporter, "Angel's fire is what we need, but Caitlin's ice-cold killer instinct, that's championship DNA." Coaches tried to play peacemaker, pulling Reese aside in a private meeting. She reportedly stormed in, eyes blazing, demanding respect. "I've bled for this team," she said. "I'm not playing second fiddle to anyone's ego." Clark, meanwhile, stayed stone-faced. She hit the weights after practice, blasting through reps like nothing happened. But those close to her say she's seething inside. "Caitlin's always been the underdog," a friend confided. Reese taking that shot, it lit a fire that won't go out. The two stars have history, deep personal history. Back in college, Reese's LSU Tigers stole the spotlight from Clark's Hawkeyes in that epic Final Four clash. Reese taunted Clark with the "you can't see me" gesture, a moment etched in basketball lore. Clark smiled through it then, but now, in the WNBA, with millions on the line, that smile's gone, replaced by a snarl. The league office is buzzing too. Commissioners are monitoring the situation closely, worried about a potential rift that could derail the Sky's playoff hopes. Chicago's been surging, sitting atop the Eastern Conference with a 22-5 record. Reese's rebounding prowess, leading the league at 14 per game, pairs perfectly with Clark's scoring barrage. Together, they're unstoppable. Apart, disaster. Rivals like the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty are licking their chops, sensing blood in the water. "If the Sky implode, the title's ours," one Aces player gloated anonymously. Fans are divided, furious, and obsessed. Message boards overflow with debates. "Reese is right. Clark's a ball hog," screams one side. "No, Clark's the GOAT in the making. Reese can't handle the heat," the other counters. Protests erupted outside the arena. Signs reading "Team Angel" clashed with "Clark Nation." One diehard fan chained himself to the gates, yelling, "Bring back the unity." Police had to intervene. Celebrities weighed in. LeBron James allegedly texted Clark words of encouragement. "Keep balling, kid." Meanwhile, Reese's camp fired back on Instagram, posting cryptic stories about loyalty over hype. As night fell, Reese returned to the facility, alone. She shot around in the dim lights, her form flawless, her mind clearly racing. Clark? She left early, heading to a private gym for more work. No words exchanged, no apologies, just silence and simmering rage. This isn't just a practice blow-up. It's an earthquake threatening to reshape the WNBA. Clark's "watch me" wasn't a challenge. It was a declaration of dominance. Reese's walkout? A stand for pride in a league that chews up the weak. Teammates whisper of emergency meetings tomorrow. Coaches plot damage control. The city of Chicago holds its breath. But here's the gut punch. What if this fractures the Sky for good? What if Reese demands a trade, shattering the dream duo before it peaks? Or worse, what if Clark's fire burns too hot, alienating the very team she needs to win it all? One thing's certain, basketball just got personal, and the world is watching. The drama escalated further in the hours that followed. Leaked audio from the practice, how it got out, no one knows, hit the airwaves. Clark's voice, sharp and unyielding. "If you can't keep up, don't show up." Reese's retort, laced with venom. "This ain't your show, rookie." The clip went viral, racking up millions of views in minutes. Sports bars across the country replayed it on loop, patrons arguing over beers. "Clark's arrogance is off the charts," one shouted. "Reese is the real deal. Heart over hype," another fired back. Front office execs scrambled. The Sky's GM called an all-hands meeting, pounding the table. "We fix this now or we lose everything." Agents got involved, negotiating behind closed doors. Reese's rep demanded assurances of equal billing. Clark's pushed for more ball-handling freedom. The negotiations dragged into the night, tempers flaring. Meanwhile, the ripple effects hit the league hard. Other teams sniffed opportunity. The Aces offered subtle trade feelers for Reese. Imagine her alongside Aja Wilson, a rebounding nightmare for opponents. The Liberty eyed Clark, dreaming of her splashy threes, lighting up Madison Square Garden. Commissioners issued a stern warning. Internal matters stay internal. But too late, the cat's out of the bag. Fans took to the streets. In Chicago, a flash mob formed outside the United Center, chanting, "Unity now," signs waved, "Reese plus Clark champs." But divisions ran deep. Online petitions circulated, one to bench Clark for disrupting chemistry, another to make Reese captain. Death threats, vile and anonymous, flooded social media, forcing players to go dark. Analysts dissected every angle. On First Take, Stephen A. Smith roared, "This is Shakespearean tragedy, two queens clashing for the throne." Skip Bayless countered, "Clark's the future, Reese is stuck in the past." Ratings skyrocketed, sponsors salivated. Nike, with endorsement deals for both, stayed mum, but insiders say they're furious, fearing brand damage. Back in the locker room, the air was thick with betrayal. A veteran player pulled Reese aside. "We need you, Angel. Don't let ego win. Reese nodded, tears in her eyes, but her resolve hardened. Clark, ever the stoic, confided in a trainer. I'm here to win rings, not friends. The divide widened. As dawn broke, practice resumed without Reese. She cited a personal day, but everyone knew better. Clark led drills with ferocity, her shots pure poetry. Teammates rallied around her, but the void was palpable. Whispers of mutiny circulated. Would others walk if Reese didn't return? The story's far from over. Reese's camp hints at a press conference tomorrow. Explosive revelations promised. Clark? She's radio silent, letting her game do the talking. The WNBA hangs in the balance, a powder keg ready to blow. Will these two titans reconcile and conquer? Or will their clash doom the sky to mediocrity? One misstep and legacies crumble. Basketball's never been this raw, this real. Stay tuned, the storm's just beginning. The fallout intensified as the day wore on. Rival players chimed in anonymously. Chicago's toast, snickered a Western Conference star. Egos like that? Recipe for disaster. Coaches league-wide adjusted game plans, scouting the sky's weaknesses. Exploit the tension, one barked in film session. Media hounds camped outside players' homes. Paparazzi snapped Reese grabbing coffee, her expression stormy. Clark evaded them, slipping into a tinted SUV. Headlines screamed, "Sky Civil War! Clark's coup!" Subscriptions to sports apps surged. Everyone craved the next twist. Inside the organization, panic set in. Owners demanded answers. Fix it or heads roll, one thundered. Trainers worked overtime, massaging egos as much as muscles. Psychologists were called in. Team-building exercises turned into therapy sessions. Talk it out, they urged, but words failed where actions spoke louder. Fans mobilized, crowdfunding campaigns popped up. Save the Sky Duo. Merch flew off shelves, jerseys split down the middle, half Reese, half Clark. Arenas buzzed with speculation for the next game. Ticket prices doubled overnight. As evening fell, a glimmer of hope emerged. Reese texted Clark, "We talk?" Clark's reply, "Gym, now." They met under the hoops, no cameras, no coaches. What was said, no one knows. But witnesses saw them shooting together till midnight, competitive, intense, but together. Is this the turning point? The reconciliation that forges an unbreakable bond? Or just a truce before the next eruption? The basketball gods are watching, and so are we. But doubt lingers. Teammates report uneasy vibes. It's fragile, one said. One wrong play and boom. The league braces for impact. Commissioners prepare statements. Owners count losses. Clark's "watch me" echoes still. Reese's walkout, a scar that won't heal easy. This saga's etched in stone, a tale of pride, power, and the thin line between allies and enemies. What happens when two forces collide? Destruction or dynasty? The answer could redefine the game forever.